I was nervous. It's a new team, new group. I want to do well. I want to play hard for them and be coachable. So I was thinking about all of that today. But once the ball was tipped, my teammates were incredible and making me comfortable. And I just tried to go out there and play my game. It's tough, missing a month of the season. But I'm glad my knee's back right. I'm glad I'm just on the road to, playing more and more minutes each game. And I'm looking forward to what we can build from this.
This was Durant's most efficient team debut, as his 23 points came on just 15 field goal attempts. Now, the time off certainly didn't impact his jump shot. 9 of Durant's 10 made baskets came from jumpers, with 6 of those makes coming from mid-range. That is his game, and it was working against the Hornets last night. Vince Carter, bringing you back in. What did you see from Durant in his debut that stood out to you?
What didn't we see, Ryan? He didn't look rusty. He looked in rhythm. It's like he didn't miss 7 weeks. And also, yeah, he's playing with a new team at that. And I tell you, Kevin Durant, you can plug and play him anywhere with anyone. His ability to score at all 3 levels. And the one thing that, what is scary is when they were in transition, his second basket, Chris Paul to Devin Booker, skip pass over to a wide open Kevin Durant. And then obviously his ability to score the mid-range shot is second to none. So, KD is able to play, like I said, with anybody, any superstar. And I think he learned that lesson playing with the Golden State Warriors. When he first got to Golden State, it was a little bumpy. He and Draymond kind of got into it. Let them understand, we don't play ball that way. You have to learn how to play with other guys. And once he figured that out and how to play with other superstars and still be himself, he took off. And now every time we see KD step on the floor with anyone, he gets his, but he's an unselfish superstar. Guys are cutting down the basket, getting easy baskets because of his ability to give guys the ball when they're open.
What makes him so great? Now, Vince, does Durant now make the Suns the best in the West?
Potentially, they can make them the best in the West down the line. I think we just need to pump our brakes. That's a sample size of what is to come. They're a very good basketball team, and they have a lot of potential. But let's not disrespect the Denver Nuggets. Yes, I feel like eventually, as this kind of moves forward, they can move up and potentially eclipse them. But right now, the Denver Nuggets are playing great basketball as well. So down the line, the Phoenix Suns can get it all together, and look out.
Yeah, great point. Denver doesn't get enough respect, but look, this Phoenix Suns team looks like pick your poison already. All right, LeBron's been out for a while. They were taking on the Thunder. Fourth quarter, Dennis Schroeder, thank goodness he was there. 2 of his team high 26 right there. A few minutes later, Rui Hachimura with the block. And Lakers on the fast breaks, looking like showtime right here. Malik Beasley back to Hachimura for the slam. AD loving it. They're up 13. Thunder looking to get back in this one. No SGA for them on this night, but they had Josh Giddey to Lou Dort right there. Thunder down 8 after a free throw, and then Giddey getting to the rim. 1 rebound shy of a triple-double for him, 22 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. But a minute later, Austin Reeves in action, the up and under. And the Lakers go on to win. So the win moves the Lakers up to the 11th seed, but they remain a game back in the final play-in spot. Our analytics currently gives LA a 63% chance to end up in the play-in and a 40% chance to make the playoffs. So let's talk some basketball. Let's bring in Zach Lowe, Vince Carter back with us. Zach, I'll start with you. Where do you stand on the Lakers' playoff chances as of right now?
If Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell come back soon enough, and our reporting from Dave McMenamin indicates that's possible and are optimistic about that, they're absolutely hanging in for the race for 9th or 10th. They're good enough to gut out these wins. Half of these teams are going to lose every night because none of them are all that good and they're all playing each other. But let's break it down. I think the ceiling for them is probably 9th. You have Dallas and Minnesota at 7th and 8th. Those teams are better than the Lakers. They should stay ahead of the Lakers. Utah in 9th is a bit of a wild card. New Orleans is clinging to 10th. They finally got a win last night. The Lakers are right behind them. They have the tiebreaker over New Orleans as of right now. They've already passed Oklahoma City and Portland, who's slumping. So they're snug in that 11th spot. They've played 5 more road games than home games. I think they're going to scuffle along and hang in and hang in and hang in till the end. But 9th and 10th is a hard way into the playoffs, and I think that's going to be their only way in.
Okay, Vince, what do you think?
I'm right there with him. I think 9th or 10th. I don't see him moving up any higher. The fortunate for them is that they have 5 home games coming up. Now, with that, T-Wolves, Warriors, Grizzlies, Raptors, and Knicks are the next 5 games. Knicks have been playing great. Grizzlies are playing better. Warriors, so on and so forth. So, I mean, I think this is an opportunity, particularly if you can get, like you said, if you can get the big fella back. If you can get D'Angelo Russell back, you get AD back. We don't know when LeBron's back. They have a chance, but I don't see him going any further than that because of LeBron not being there.
Yeah, and you look at the Lakers last night. You saw Schroeder put on a little bit of a show. You saw Hachimura delivering what they hoped from him. But you said it right there. We don't know if LeBron's coming back. Do you think that there's a realistic path to the playoffs? Can they stay afloat if LeBron doesn't come back? Vince.
Realistically, they can stay afloat. Based on everything we've just said, Austin Reeves, I think, is budding. I had a chance to talk to Coach Hammond. He said he's one of their favorite guys. But right now, it's up to AD to really lead this team until further notice. We don't know until we know about LeBron, so they're going to have to get it done. Now, if they're able to hold on, anything can happen when you have LeBron James in your lineup. Particularly if you put yourself in a 9th spot, you get a seed, and you can play. LeBron can get you a win to move forward.
All right. Zach?
If LeBron is going to be out the rest of the regular season, that's what you're positing, or that's the theoretical that we're dealing with here.
Right, theory.
I think they will hang in for the 9th or 10th race. But getting out of the 9th or 10th, you got to play 9 and 10, and then the winner plays the loser of 7 and 8. It's a tough road in, and then you're on the road from there. If he's compromised in the playoffs at all, I just don't see them being able to make a run given their current state of health. But even without him, for the foreseeable future, I agree with Vince. I think they're hanging in, but people have to realize there's a difference between 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, and that's where the Lakers are going to be, in that 9 and 10.
Okay, now let's take a look at the East, because it's getting interesting there. Because don't look now. Look who's moving up. The Knicks just a game and a half back of the top 4 seed, which would mean home court for a first-round series for them. Now, New York has gone 10-2 since the start of February. Only the Bucks have been better during that stretch. Zach, you were at the Knicks game last night. You tell us, are they a legitimate threat in the East?
A threat to win the East, let's pump the brakes on that. Those 2 teams at the top of the East are so good, so experienced, and so tested that to see the Knicks without home court advantage beating them 4 out of 7 is kind of far-flung to me. But the Knicks are really good, and we're looking at a potential Knicks, Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland series in the first round, revisiting all those trade talks from over the summer. And I'll finish with this. I saw Brian Windhorst earlier this week saying, you know what? Watch out for the Knicks, whether it's this summer or next summer, because at some point, some star somewhere is going to say, trade me there. It will happen. It's not a pipe dream. And I agree with Windy. They're setting themselves up, whether it's this summer, in a year, or whatever, to be a player on the trade market for a star.
Not bad, and they got all that draft capital to boot. So, Vince, okay, so maybe they're not a legit threat to win the East, but can they make it out of the first round in your mind?
I think it all depends on who they're playing. Now, let's go back. We've seen the Knicks before be very good and struggle in the playoffs, if we know what I'm saying here. So I think they're a very good basketball team. But I think Jalen Brunson, who they've added, has been fantastic. He's their floor general. He's a guy that can get a buck. He's averaging 27.9 points in the last 7 games in their 7-game win streak, right along with Julius Randle averaging 27.5 points as well. So they have the ability. They have a guy who can get you a bucket. When Julius Randle struggled in the playoffs a couple of years ago, they needed another guy to step up. Well, they have that, but I don't know if they can beat a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell playing like he is as well.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.